That's awesome. So the next question that I usually ask my guests is if you have a specific moment, and I don't know if you do, but you've been doing this for so long, or a story that you can share where it was like that aware, like that realization. Okay, I was born as a 3D, entity, but there's more to it than just this meat suit kind of part of me. Um, is there a moment that you can remember that, that kind of became clear, or did it just always feel that way to you?
It's a difficult one for me because my childhood was not a fun childhood. I grew up in a war in Africa, and I was kind of yanked off my mother's tit far too young,
Mm,
and and set behind grenade screens and security screens and military convoys, and living really in that sense. I was in a state of deep anxiety and early onset trauma complex at the age of 6.
mm,
So 6, 7 years of age was for me when it really came to roost that that this world was really the trial of separation. This was really how does one navigate this
mm,
separation, the great divide between oneself and one's own higher authority, because you're being cajoled and bullied and coerced by authorities outside of yourself. Um, Separation from one's own family, one's mother, because in my case the war was underway and we were in a very distraught, high security situation,
mm,
and just trying to stay alive for those through those years. So for me, I became probably far too young to cogitate those things, but I started to reckon that this world was all about the trial of separation. And,
mm,
here goes. This is not going to be a fun ride entirely. Whereas now, in my middle age, I look and I see how easy it is for us to be able to bring babes into this world and program them in the other direction, that this life is limitless and affirmative, bountiful and beautiful and
mm,
ecstatic, and joyful and adventurous and exciting and enthralling and enchanting. And I
mm.
could go on.
Wow.
That's how we should be programming our children about the road that lies ahead, because how we program them is what sets their expectations. As
Mhm.
they set their expectations, that activates their kundalini, their life force rising. That activates the pineal function, which is really where the plasma projection of the imagined world moves into the manifest world, and we literally manifest our reality. So if we're serious about being goodly, godly, judicious, righteous people in this world, then let's stop programming the trial of separation into our babes